All right. Happy Sunday, everyone. Skull Vikings. And let's see, I'm supposed to do 15 questions rapid fire, so my answers are supposed to be short. I hope I can keep them short, but these questions I've been sent, they're interesting to say the least. I answer questions on my other page, so I've seen it all. But let's see how we go with these. I'm just gonna jump right into these. All right. I'm battling a cold. Throat's a little sore, but the kidney stones have passed, so that's a good thing. All right. Question one: what is your favorite age group to interact with and why? I like working with the college kids. I've been a college professor for almost 13 years now. I truly love interacting with the 19, 18, 20-year olds. Their minds are so open and they're mature. They're mature enough to the, well, most of them are mature. They're mature enough to the extent where they're accepting, but at the same time they're opinionated. And I love to grasp with that, and I love to take the ingrained stereotypes that they have, the preconceived notions, and just try to rip them open and make them more open. I like that. It's a challenge, and it's a beautiful challenge. All right. Question two: if you only had $20 to go on a date, how would you spend the money? Where would you take your date? Well, I'd take her to Rouse's and we'd get some Lunchables and some Capri Suns, and I'd buy a bag of ice, and then I'd take her on to a park. Or no, we'd stop at Burger King and get some packets of ketchup and mustard, and then I'd take her to a park and we'd sit down, and I take the Lunchables and I put them together and feed them. You know what? If I had $20 to go on a date, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't go on a date. That's ridiculous. What can you really do with $20? $20 can't even get you a damn tank of gas. Let's see, in this economic and political atmosphere, do you believe that art educators and art programs are benefiting and will benefit you long term? Absolutely. We live in a depressing rather, economic and political atmosphere. Art and creativity brings about positivity, though a lot of it comes from a dark place. A lot of the poets, they have trauma and they have various experiences, but they take their pain and they turn it into gain. You know, so we need creative programs, we need music, we need art, we need those programs in school. Okay, because art is beauty and beauty is the world, and it counteracts all of this depressive crap that goes on. Let's see, if you could tell early 20s you some advice, what would it be? Oh man, I know what I tell teenage me, but in my 20s, the things were changing for me. I was getting out of Suno and getting ready to go into Jackson State, where I'd have a lot more success than I did earlier in life. So if I had to talk to 20-year-old me, 20 something, early 20s me, I would probably tell him something similar to what I tell the me that was younger. Don't let what other people say about you bother you. You are a black diamond in a tar pit. There are a lot of people around you who just aren't any good. So you have to know your value and you can elevate. I've done a lot of things. I've accomplished a lot in my almost 40 years that a lot of people don't know about and they don't care about. I could have done those things a lot sooner had I not been focused on what other people thought. So I would try to push myself in that direction. Don't try to fit in. It's just like a puzzle piece. Once you fit in, you disappear. All right. What celebrity meeting do you remember the most? I actually wrote my answer to this one down. It's a seven-way tie among rather, Harry Belafonte, Pam Grier, Barack Obama, Britney Spears, Keanu Reeves, Ruth Negga, and David Duke. And all of those are for completely different reasons. Completely different reasons. All right. Number 6. Why are so many black women having a hard time getting boyfriends and husbands? I don't think that has anything to do with black women. Black women outnumber black men. There are more women than there are men. And if you're a good person, it's going to be hard for you to get a boyfriend, a husband, a girlfriend, a wife anyway, because what you have are you have a lot of chameleonic BS out there. A lot of people disguising themselves as good people when in actuality they have ulterior motives. So it's very difficult. What's the line I always like to say? In a world full of real niggas and bad bitches, it's hard for a real man and a real woman to find each other. And it has nothing to do with black women. It has nothing to do with having an attitude, okay? Because everyone has a damn attitude. So that's, that's not actually true. Let's see. What are two of your pet peeves when it comes to women? Yeah, these two questions came from the same person. I'm going to say some women because I don't say all women. I don't say most women. I don't stereotype people. That's just wrong. So two of my pet peeves for some women that I have seen. All right. Don't judge all men, all or most men based on the men you chose to be with. There is an entire world out there. You cannot take your experiences, your chosen experiences, and apply them to all of us. That is not intelligent at all. Okay? Don't stereotype us because you chose to be with trashy people or because trashy people went out of their way to affect you. Deal with those trashy people. Address those trashy people. Don't address all of us and then expect some of us to want to love you because we're not going to. Pet peeve number 2. And I get flack about this too. I am the type of guy, when I see another guy, I see a guy. I don't see anything attractive. I'm not attracted to other men at all. So when it's Idris Elba's birthday and I post a happy birthday to him, I might get some women trying to lead me in a conversation about how sexy he is. I don't find men sexy. I find women sexy. So if you're trying to tell me about this man's skin and his chest and his facial hair and all this other stuff, it makes me feel uncomfortable. And it's not jealousy, it's just that I'm very, very heterosexual. I don't look at men that way. I never have looked at men that way. I never will. I know there are some men who can have that conversation, but I just can't. And to give you another example, if you posted a picture of Serena Williams, I think she's a very attractive woman. I think Halle Berry is beautiful. But when I post about them, if you notice, I say they're beautiful and I say they're gorgeous, but I also talk about their accomplishments as actresses. The actresses, athletes, the fact that Serena Williams has her own clothing line. She speaks a variety of different languages. She obviously has genius level intellect. She's very, very accomplished when it comes to tennis. And so many other things. But say you posted something in tribute to Serena Williams, and I went on your page and I went, oh my God, look at her tits, look at her ass, oh my God, oh, you, boy, the things I do to her. Then you'd say I was thirsty. And it'd also be insulting to you because on the slick I'm saying you're no Serena. So you might take offense to that. And with me and stuff like that, it just makes me feel icky. It makes me feel icky. Tell your gay friends, tell your girlfriends, but don't tell me. Tell me about how Idris is this amazing actor, which he absolutely positively is. How he's this amazing DJ, which he absolutely positively is. How he's this amazing person, which he absolutely positively is. But leave all that physical stuff for the people who find men attractive, because I don't. All right? I hope that explained it thoroughly enough because I get asked about that pet peeve a lot. All right, let's see. Where are we at? Okay, I got 2 questions in regard from the same person. In the Bible, it says homosexuality is a sin, but you are in favor of gay marriage. Why? In the Bible, it also says that eating shellfish is a sin, but I'm having gumbo for lunch. In the Bible, it also says that having tattoos is a sin, but I have 8, and I'm going to get more. So, gay people, I mean, let me put it this way. I'm a single man. There are a lot of single women out there. All the single women in the world, I'm not worrying about what 2 men are doing. That's not affecting me. I'm not worried about what two women are doing. That's not ruining my life. That's not stopping me from doing anything I want to do in this world. You know, love is love. And if it's not breaking any laws or damaging society or putting kids in cages or starting wars or causing people to die, if it's not molesting children or raping people or killing people or some other form of corruption that we turn a blind eye to, then it's not bothering us. Sometimes it's best to mind our own business, and we speak about the Bible so often, yet when it comes to certain things, we want to treat the Bible like it's a bag of trail mix and only pick out the parts we like. All right? It's not bothering me. I like women. I don't really, that's not a problem for me. Let them love each other, and they tend to vote on our side anyway. All right, let's see. In the Bible, it says, thou shalt not kill, but you are in favor of the death penalty. Why? Actually, the direct Hebrew translation is thou shalt not murder. And there's a difference between killing people and murdering people. While I understand there's a heavy racial disparity when it comes to executions in the United States, that needs to be fixed. In the utopian sense, if it's first degree murder, if it's molestation, if it's rape, I do not believe that person should be allowed to live. And some people, some soulless people will say, well, rape doesn't kill anyone, molestation doesn't kill anyone. It kills a soul. It kills the soul of a person. It can stop that person from progressing. You wind up suffering from nightmares and random pains for the rest of your life. It's worse than death. All right? And that's how I feel. That's how I've always felt. My mind is not going to change on that one. Let's see. If the presidential election was today, who would you vote for? Joe Biden. Why? Because sometimes I know the most about Joe Biden. Obviously, I'm not voting for Bernie Sanders. Bernie supporters, please don't come on my page and start bothering me about that, because you did that enough 4 years ago and it annoyed the hell out of me. I kept getting videos of a black rapper in a barber shop talking to black people. Apparently, some Bernie supporters think my 3-degree having 11 times published black ass is too niggardly to understand their candidate, so they sent me videos of Killer Mike, the Negro translator, talking to black people in barbershops, as if that wouldn't insult me. I also got sent a damn message about where Bernie was giving somebody a handshake, a black guy handshake. Oh wow, he can do a black handshake. I'm sold. Stop it. Biden. And obviously I wouldn't vote for that damn Putin's pissy pants party's pedophile president, pumpkin president, demon Dorito, Donald the dotard Trump eater. But that's kind of a given. All right. Right now, Biden is the one who I feel has the best chance to win the election. Elizabeth Warren panders way too much for me. She's nice, but she panders too much. Kamala Harris clicks up and clicks down with me. Okay? So, for me, Biden, right now that could obviously change, because I have some serious issues with some of the stuff he said and some of the positions he's had. But if I had to pick among them, I'd pick Biden. All right? Let's see. Gavin. I have no faith in black men. What can you tell me to make me change my mind? All of them are cheaters and liars to me right now. So why the bloody hell are you asking me? I'm a black man. If you think all black men are cheaters and liars, why did you send me that question? Go have an orgy with the KKK. Let's see. And look, people, look. I know that seems like it's out of character for some of you who don't really know me, but as the young folk would say, we grown, okay? I don't have time to try to go, oh, well, black men, we're so wonderful. I mean, look at me. I've never cheated in a relationship. I'm a college professor. I have this, I have that. I don't have to prove that to anyone. For what? And if a black man said that about black women, you ladies don't have any damn thing to prove to him. All these people in the world, and you just automatically think we're all bad because you had some bad experiences with a few? That doesn't account for 0.0000000000000% of human interactions. So that sounds like an existential issue that I'm not qualified to deal with. The question insults me. All right? See what else we got. Let's see. What are the biggest questions facing your Vikings this season? Boy, how would I have transitioned from that question to the next one? Okay, biggest questions facing the Vikings. Definitely the offensive line, because right now Riley Reef is not playing well at left tackle, and Pat Elflein is not playing well at left guard. That's really driving me crazy right now. The other question, Dalvin Cook is an amazing, explosive running back. Can he stay healthy all season? And the last question, can Kirk freaking Cousins, who we gave 81, or is it 84, 80 something million guaranteed, can he stop playing like a damn bootleg Owen Wilson at quarterback and be the Kirk Cousins who we thought he was? Well, I didn't think he was. I wanted to keep Keenum, but shit. Nobody listened to, I'm not the damn GM. So there you go. Hopefully they'll win a Super Bowl before I die. So far, so good. Go Vikings. Skull Vikings. Beat Green Bay today, because if not, I'm going to be very pissed off. I hate the Packers. All right, let's see what else. What do you think of Marvel wanting to cast a person of color as Professor X and Magneto for their reboot of the X-Men? I actually like this. Some people are like, well, Magneto is Jewish. There are black Jews. I know some of my woke people are going to say the original Hebrews were black. There are black Jews, but here's the thing about the Jewish angle. Magneto was in a concentration camp. So for this reboot, he would be almost 100 years old. So they can't do that. They have to go with something else. I love the angle of him being the X-Men First Class writer said he could be a survivor of the Rwandan genocide. He could be somebody who witnessed his parents get lynched. I like that. Then there are people who said, well, if you change Professor X to a black person, he's an upscale rich guy. Okay, there were no rich black people living up north. That wasn't exist. That there weren't any of them. Maybe he was upscale rich and living up north, and he didn't really identify with the atrocities going on in the South. He had to have a wake-up call after his powers manifested, and he could feel, as an empath, he could feel all that pain and suffering. Maybe he was just a bougie guy who turned it around. There are black people like that. Solomon from 12 Years a Slave was like that. All right, so here we go. Let's see, what else do we have? Why is it so hard for men to open up? I wouldn't advise anybody to really open up until you really know a person. So I don't, first of all, we as men, we are socialized to be stoic, to keep things in. The climate is against us really opening up, because if you go on social media, you see a lot of people just constantly trashing men. You see as much of that as you do people trashing women. And if I'm constantly seeing men are trash and niggas ain't shit and niggas be like and men be like and your husband cheating is gonna cheat and this and that and men are stupid and blah, 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 blah. Then you see that one little post from that person where the person says men have feelings too. Here's the suicide hotline. Men cry, oh, why don't you open up to us? Why would I open up to something like that? I wouldn't. Thankfully, there are plenty of women out there who are fabulous. Most of the ones I've come in contact with, they are brilliant. It's just a small select few, just like a small select of men, a small select group of any, I'm saying this, I'm jumbling this shit up bad, but there are only a few, but they're the loudest in the group. And they create that stereotype, and then other people with no knowledge of the group, they believe that to be the standard of the group. And that's how we get all this nonsense. But You know, when you open up to people, they have a tendency to betray you. So only show them certain sides. Only show them certain sides. That's my best advice. Last question, why are you single? My best friend sent me that question, and she's the one who came up with this wonderful idea. So I'm going to reference her. I am single because what was it that she said? She said, Gavin, a woman can post 50 nude photos and you wouldn't talk to her. But if she posts, I need help, you're one of the first people who shows up. I had to identify in myself that the things that I want and the people and the women I'm interested in do not align at all. And that's a problem. And I can look in the mirror and I can say that that's a flaw in me. I have a tendency to like to go after the damsels in distress. I like to help people. I've been helping people my whole life. So I'm drawn to that. And a lot of times it winds up being a toxic person who's looking to take advantage. You know, I have my flaws, I have my bad qualities too. But that's wise. And coming out of this last relationship, I don't know if I could get in another relationship. Some of you know what I went through in that relationship. You know that was soul breaking for me. And it's hard for me I'm still trying to get through all of that. So I don't know if I'll ever be in another relationship again after that. But because a lot of times, if you keep driving in the same ditches, you have to start looking at your driving. You can't keep blaming the road. Some people have bad experiences. They want to blame black women. They want to blame all women. They want to blame most women. That's not me. I blame me. I blame me for my choices. I blame me for the women I chose to be with and me staying with them. You know, it's my fault. And it's my choice to be single. It would take somebody really, really special to change that. And, you know, I get asked that question by members of my family. Oh, why are you single? Why haven't you found this person? Why haven't you found that person? I got people married 5, 6, 7 damn times with 5, 6, 7 kids by 5, 6, 7 people asking me why I'm single. You know, I don't want to be like you. There you go. Have you ever met anybody like me? No, neither have I. So there you go. And there's nothing wrong with being single. It's actually wonderful. I encourage people to stay single, to be honest with you. It's a wonderful feeling. Your money gets to stay in your pocket. You get to go places. You get to do what you want. You get to be who you want. You get to be with who you want. You know, if you find love and you find happiness, that's wonderful. But don't sit there and as soon as you break up with somebody, be so desperate to get back in another relationship. That's how you get screwed up. It's just like the last question. When you are so quick to open up, that's how people stab you in the back. You got to protect your peace. And if you want happiness, you got to seek somebody who's truly happy. And you also have to be a happy person. You have to find, like Jamie Foxx in Collateral had that picture of that damn island. You got to find that space in you. And I thought this was going to be rapid fire, and I done gone on for almost 25 damn minutes. So there you go. I answered those questions. Hope I didn't seem like too much of a jerk, but if I did, oh well, it's Sunday. I'll be forgiven. Love always. As we say, Mia there, we're there. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your Sunday. Skol Vikings. I would say who that, but we already answered that question, didn't we, guys? Later.